This November 4th, many Americans will go to the polls to exercise their right to express who they would like to be president. This includes many Muslims as well. We are only a few days away. So allow me to put this voting matter into perspective one last time for 2008 in order to deter Muslims away from this kabair. Many remain silent for fear of being labeled politically incorrect. That's where I come in. And oh, by the way, I'm just saying. Voting is only a means to achieve an end. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam instructed the Aus and the Khazraj tribes of Medina to elect representatives amongst themselves to speak on their behalf. Therefore, the tool known as voting is of the mubahat. Voting is only a means to achieve an end. But Islamically speaking, the end never justifies the means. In Islam, the means as well as the end must be halal. And when the vote results in the implementation of a haram, such as democracy and secularism, it is no longer a matter of choice for those who truly believe. I'm just saying. Nonetheless, we still have those that think they are somehow benefiting the Muslims by calling them to participate in kufr buwah. Ever notice that none of them can actually list the benefits? Quiet is kept. Never has a generation benefited from disobeying Allah Azza wa Jal. For this reason, I sent out an email to a group of San Antonio Muslims stating that I am making a dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give the Muslims that participate in these elections a share of the good that comes from it as well as the evil. One sister became very angry and reprimanded me for wishing harm upon Muslims. Now wait a minute. Right before this, they were sending out dozens of emails sharing information on how to vote, where to vote, and who to vote for. They were openly rejoicing at the fact that they loved and supported the democratic process over Sunnah. Surely it wasn't me that they were angry with. They were only angry that I reminded them of Surah An-Nisa, ayat 85. Man yashfa shafa'atun hasanatun yakullahu nasibun minha. Here, the term nasib has a positive meaning that could be rendered as a share in its blessing. وَمَنْ يَشْفَى شَفَاءَةٌ سَيِّئَاتٌ يَكُلْ لَهُ كِفْلٌ مِنْهَا. The noun kifl is derived from the root verb kafala, which literally means he made himself responsible for a thing. At-Tabari rahmatullah alayh stated that in this context, the word kifl means a share in the responsibility as well as the sin. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقِيتًا. I'm just saying. This clearly shows the nifaq in this whole matter. If participation in kufr politics is truly a good, then why get upset at my dua? Simply put, if there is some benefit to be gained from participating in kufr politics, then surely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward the participants with a share in its blessing. But if even one hukm of Islam is violated, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the participants a share in the responsibility and the sin. Ameen. I'm just saying. The facts are they have no true dalil for this participation. They are merely following their own low desires away from the haqq. Or at best, they are simply blind following some Muslim priest who thinks he has the authority to make haram halal. Furthermore, any sheikh, alim, imam, etc. that has stated that shura is democratic has indeed lied on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Also, if your local imam, sheikh, alim, etc. told you that participating in a system of kufr is fard, or mandub, or even mubah, I suggest we put together a petition or proposal asking them to return all of the monies they have leached off of our respective masajid and community centers. Similar to how doctors are sued for malpractice, no one should be monetarily compensated for propagating batil among Muslims. I'm just saying. And for those that are not aware of the gravity of these deviant fatwas, allow me to clarify. For anyone to say that voting in kufr elections is fard, they are not only saying that any Muslim that does not vote is in sin, but they are also saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those that disobey and participate in kufr. For anyone to say that voting in kufr elections is mandub or mustahab, they are not only saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those that participate in kufr elections, finally, for anyone to say that voting in kufr elections is mubah, this is to say that the prohibitions that we find in 3118 and 551 of the Holy Quran have been somehow abrogated. I'm just saying. I would like to extend a challenge to anyone, learned man or layman. Please explain to me how voting for non-Islamic or un-Islamic leadership does not violate the following two ayat. You professing Muslims that actively violate these two ayat ought to be ashamed of yourselves. I mean, allowing yourselves to be led astray from Islam by these pseudo-Islamic priests who make the haram halal while dangling their university degrees in front of your faces like carrots, as you blindly follow them like donkeys. Yeah, that's right. I just said. This has been Saudi Man for dawahworks. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, and in case you're wondering about the wristband, baby boy.